All right, now we're going to do conversions within the metric system, still in length. Now, we're all very familiar with what we did in our last lesson with feet and inches, yards, and miles. You may or may not be quite so familiar with those things used in the metric system. Scientifically, they came up with a unit of length called a meter. And the meter is about 3 inches longer than a yard. To make it rather scientific and to make it fit with our number system, they took this one unit and they said, okay, let's look at 10 of them, 100 of them, 1,000 of them, and we'll use some Latin words. A decameter is 10 meters, a hectometer is 100 meters, a kilometer, pronounced kilometer, is 1,000 meters. Let's look at fractions involving denominators of 10. A tenth of a meter is a decimeter, a hundredth of a meter is a centimeter, a thousandth of a meter is a millimeter. So they just put prefixes in front of the word meter. And so that's very helpful. And when I either multiply or divide by powers of 10, all it does is move the decimal point. Now, you can do exactly what we did in our last lesson with the metric system, but because of the way they designed it, there is a shortcut. So I would like to focus on the shortcut. You may want to write this little chart down. It has meter in the middle. To the right, these are fractions: decimeter, centimeter, millimeter. To the right, decameter, hectometer, kilometer. Okay, so they all deal with meters, but this is a tenth, a hundredth, a thousandth. This is 10, 100, 1,000. To convert within the metric system, you can use this. We'll do one example before we go to the other set of problems. Suppose I said that I had 2.4 kilometers and I wanted to know how many centimeters that is. Okay, kilometers pretty big. It's in the neighborhood of a half a mile, and the centimeter is small. It's about half an inch. All right, so it should be a lot of centimeters, but this is what I'm going to do. Kilometer to a centimeter. Go to the chart. Kilometer, start there. See how many jumps it takes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had to go 5 places to the right. What's neat about the metric system is that I take this number 2.4 and I mimic this action with its decimal point. I'll be multiplying by 10 to the 5th. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, drop the decimal point, add in the zeros, and so this is 240,000 centimeters. The 2 and the 4 stayed in there, but the power of 10 was different. That's what we're going to do. So I think this little chart is not usually given on standardized testing. Facts are usually given, but the chart is not. So how are you going to remember this chart? How are you going to memorize it? Well, remember, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Well, you can remember this if you were going to make it yourself. You put a prong in the middle for, say, meters, and then fill in with 2 so that you have 3 on one side, 3 on the other. And now I know this is going to sound silly, but it will help you remember. You can say this little statement: King Henry dances, double, circles merrily. And then these are all meters, so you add the M. I know that's silly. King Henry dances, double, circles merrily. Yeah, but it helps you remember it, so we can recreate that anytime we need it. Now let's do some problems. All right, I'm going to put my chart up here at the top. All right, this is meters. King Henry dances, double, circles merrily. Add the M's for meters. Okay, here we go. The first one, 60 meters to centimeters. Okay, meters to centimeters. So let's look. Here's meters. To centimeters is 1, 2 to the right. It is 2 places to the right. Take the number 60. Where is its decimal point? Well, its whole value, so its decimal is right there. Mimic this. Go 1, 2 to the right. Drop the new decimal point. Going to add in the zeros. This answer is 6,000 centimeters. All right, let's look at another one. 20 millimeters to centimeters. Millimeters to centimeters. Millimeters to centimeters. Millimeters to centimeters is 1 to the left. So take the number 20. Where is its decimal point? It's right here. Move 1 to the left and you get 2. 20 millimeters is 2 centimeters. All right, the next one is meters to kilometers. Meters to kilometers. Meters is 1, 2, 3 to the left to do that. 3 left. Start with the number. Where is its decimal point? It's right here. Move it 3 to the left. 1, 2, 3. Drop the decimal right there, and you get that it is 3.3 kilometers. All right, next one is millimeters to meters. Okay, looking back up here. Millimeters to meters is 1, 2, 3 to the left. Millimeters to meters is 1, 2, 3 to the left. Write down your number, 2,600. Where is its decimal point? These have turned out to be whole values so far. There's the decimal. Go 3 to the left. 1, 2, 3. Drop the decimal. This is 2.6 meters. That's what is so nice about the metric system. All you're ever doing is moving a decimal point. Next one, centimeters to meters. Back to the chart. Centimeters to meters is 1, 2 to the left. It is 2 left. So I'll write down the number, which is 3,100. Its decimal point is right here. I'm going to move that decimal point 1, 2 to the left, and I should get 31 meters. Last one, changing kilometers to centimeters. Kilometers to centimeters. Back to the chart. Kilometers to centimeters, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right. Kilometers to centimeters is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right. The number here is 0.59. Pick up the decimal, move it 5 to the right, so it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will add in zeros. We don't put a decimal at the end, even though it's there. So this is 59,000 centimeters. We'll use this strategy anytime we're working with the metric system. We use unit cancellation when we're dealing with the US system.